You're an angel, 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 soaring like an eagle, eagle, eagle. Nothing is impossible, don't take impossible. You're brighter than the stars.
Hey, 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 welcome to another exciting episode of Helping Brothers Out. I am Derek Darrell Dixon, doing it in the 3D way.
And of course, I'm Elwood, Mr. Class English.
We're talking always equals healing.
Because we are helping brothers out.
We are helping brothers out. Yes, everybody, how you doing? And today, we are going to be helping the sisters out as well, as we got the one and only Karen Lakins on in the house with us today. Miss Karen, how are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing great now that I'm on with you, Derek and
I
Clyde.
know that.
Yes, again. Can we get a signal?
Okay. I'm so excited to have you on finally. Let me tell you something. I told Elwood that I have been praying and praying and praying because I said that we are going to start interviewing people that are celebrity status and people that are going places and doing things. And when I read your bio, I was like, Lord, you are answering prayers already.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
Not much.
Yes, I'm telling you right now. Listen, before we get started and we get a proper introduction to Karen Lakins, I just want y'all to make sure that you go to Be Inspired Global. Go to Be Inspired Global on Facebook, on YouTube. Click it, like it, love it, share it. Do all those things because Be Inspired Global Network is going places and doing big things. So we want to make sure that you go to Be Inspired Global. Also go to Helping Brothers Out. Because if you go to Helping Brothers Out, you're going to see me and that other face down there, Mr. Class. And you also make sure you like it, love it, share it. Do all those things. Go to Facebook for Helping Brothers Out. Go to Instagram. Go to YouTube. Go to Twitter and follow everything that we do. And right now, make sure that you are sharing this video out to everybody because you don't want to miss this great interview that we have today with Miss Karen Lakins because I am so honored to have her in the house with us today. Well, we're not all together. We're still doing our little social distancing and all that kind of stuff like that. The pandemic was trying to hold us back and trying to stop us, but the pandemic can't stop Helping Brothers Out. It can't stop the people. We are still shaking and moving and doing what we got to do. So welcome, Miss Lakins. Mr. Elwood, we missed you last week.
Oh man, yes, indeed, man. Work is, man. Hey, when duty calls, when duty calls.
People was asking, where was Elwood? Where was Elwood? And I said, listen, I can't pay Elwood's bills.
Right.
Elwood's at work. And I'm going to let that brother work tonight.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yes. But right now, you are you on film set today?
Yeah, I'm actually on set as like literally right now for Project Heat Baltimore. So literally on set right now, but still moving and shaking. They can't stop us, baby. They can't stop us, baby. We got the real Miss Karen on here today. The real.
I know that's right. That's what we do. I got my little what you call this neck piece, my little neck candy, my arm candy. Yeah, we got this from Trinity for You.
Trinity for You,
yes. Y'all gotta check out Trinity for You because they got some nice stuff. We got this for our Father's Day special and everything. So you got to check out Trinity for You. They got some great things. But I told them I was giving them a little shout out today and let everybody know about Trinity for You.
Yeah,
so look them
up on that right there. That's nice.
I see it.
That's
nice. Yeah.
You see it?
That is nice. That's nice.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about what 3D Productions is doing and the 3D Foundation is doing, and then we're gonna get right into Miss Karen Lakins. Right now, the 3D Productions, we are in the process of working on a lot of the things because same script, different cast was supposed to be on the road, and we were supposed to do Denver and Philly. A lot of the theaters are not even open right now in order to do productions. But again, you can't stop us. You can't stop me. You can't stop my mind, set of mind, anything. You just can't do it because what God has for me, and I listen to the voice of God and what He spoke to me. We are going to be shooting a live video, DVD for same script, different cast, and we're going to be shooting that in October. And then we're going to live stream the video or live stream the play. We're going to live stream the play in November.
Wow.
So you'll be able to see us live stream the play, but then you'll have an opportunity to have your own personal DVD of same script, different cast that is starring Mr. Class, written, directed, produced by me, Derek Durrell Dixon. So, so you'll be able to see same script, different cast. And we'll the 27th of July, the cast is going to be getting together so we can have our production meeting and put everything in place. So put that on your calendar, Mr. Class, 27th of July. We're going to be meeting. Also, the 3D Foundation, we're working on several different fundraisers that we're going to be doing. And if you don't know about the 3D Foundation, we do a lot of work for the autism community. And since the school is not back in right now, we're going to be helping out families. So stay tuned for that. We're still going to be working on Stomp the Runway for Autism, which will be taking place in Houston, Texas, 2021, June 19th, 2021, at the Humble Civic Center in Houston, Texas. So keep that in prayer, so that way that everything that we do is going forth of what our plan is. We want to give a shout out to all of those that are listening in to Helping Brothers Out, to Be Inspired Global. We got Karen Lakins' sisters is checking us out right now, saying, "Go sis." Donna Lakins, she is checking us out right now. So please, once again, click it, like it, love it, share it. Make sure that everybody is enjoying Helping Brothers Out tonight. Yeah. So Miss Lakins, how are you doing today?
Derek, I am great. I've been waiting for this invitation for a long time. We're not too long because we just met, but I'm just like, I'm going to get on that station. One way or another, I'm going to get on there.
I know that's right. She said, if she got to hold the camera, she coming on this show.
She coming on.
Somewhere I was going to get my face in there somewhere.
I know that's right.
On this evening, I am glad and I appreciate the invitation. I do. I do. Yep.
Well, I'm just so honored just to have you on here, Karen. When we met, I'm telling you, it was an instant bond, brother-sister bond. We laugh, we joke, and like we've been knowing each other for years, Exactly. And I'm so excited. I'm excited for like you and Mr. Class to get together, because if you enjoy my personality, you're gonna definitely enjoy his personality.
Okay. He changed those glasses 3 times, so I know that.
Didn't he? 3 times. Did you notice that?
3 times.
Y'all not supposed to release behind the scene footage.
Yeah.
I know that's right. Let me tell y'all a little bit about Miss Lakins right here. She is the proud mother of one daughter, 27 years old, and now she's lying because she only about 30-something herself.
Right. Right.
Born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number six of 9 siblings. Yeah. Number 6. She is a PK daughter, a pastor's child, a pastor's kid, I should say. She is from a family of singers, musicians, preachers. She started singing at a young age, having sang and toured 19 cities in Europe. She was a background singer for Karen Clark. Is it Karen Clark Shears?
Karen Clark Shears, yes.
Karen Clark Shears. Lionel Richie. Y'all didn't hear me. Lionel Richie. Dionne Warwick. You didn't hear me. Dionne Warwick. Jonathan Nelson, and Purpose. I'm talking to royalty just right here alone. Just right here. And then I didn't even know, because she is the praise and worship leader here at Higher Dimensions Christian Center, Sounds of Music. I didn't know I was standing next to all of this. I had no idea. I'm sitting there.
This is short bio.
Right, that's what I did. That's just a little bit.
Right, that's just a little something. That's just a short bio. That's a short. And let me tell you something, Karen, I have always enjoyed singing. I've always enjoyed singing. I went to a performing arts school. I've taken voice lessons, and so I've enjoyed that. But when you get with Karen, Karen makes you sing, not sing. She makes you sing.
You better. You better.
I'm telling you, Elwood, you say you can't sing. Let me tell you, you come and sit with Karen, you gonna sing. I'm gonna tell you.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna
she will come in. We have rehearsal. Let me tell y'all. Listen to this now. Karen is also, she didn't put in her bio, she's a songwriter as well. She is a songwriter. So Karen will come in Sunday. Now we go live streaming for our service for Higher Dimensions Christian Center at 11:30. She comes in Sundays at 10:30 in the morning. She hands us a piece of paper. I wrote this song this week. Y'all gonna learn it right now, and we're gonna sing. We learn a song in 30 minutes. Our musician, Richard Thomas, puts the music together. He's never even heard the song yet. She teaches the musician. She teaches the singers. By 11:30, we are singing that song. You better be prepared to lead. You better be prepared. Everything. I'm telling you, she makes you sing.
That's the advanced choir right there. I need the novice choir. I can't join that choir.
But they good. They catch on to it, and we go with it. We let the Holy Spirit do what it needs to do, and we go with it. And then I ask them, I say, y'all sure y'all want to do this? They like, yeah.
Because we don't want to let her down. And that's the thing. But we work together as a family, and that's what's wonderful about Karen and how she stretches us. Because I told her the other day, she stretches us in such a way. When you get home, you're exhausted. You are exhausted. I'm like, this child here, who she thinks she is, trying to make me sing all these songs and everything. But I smile and love her and be like,
Learn your own part, too. You got to learn your own part.
She got me singing alto notes and everything, hitting all kind of high notes and everything.
Right. He be right on it, though. He be right on it. Derek be right there. Right in the middle. Exactly. Yeah.
So, Karen, I was so excited. I wanted to bring you on because our topic today is women in ministry. But you know what? Talking with you, Karen, we could get into so much. We got 5 more minutes to go, but we could get into anything talking with you because you are an open book. And one thing I noticed about you, and I do want to say this to you, is that you are so supportive of so many people. And I noticed that about you. We had one of our church members had a virtual concert last night. You were so supportive, and that just warmed my heart and impressed me so much that how supportive you are, not just to others, but to your family as well. Right. You really put out for your family. You have a strong bond in your family. How with 9 of y'all, how do you make that bond, that connection with your family? Because a lot of people struggle with that and really have a problem with family right now. You would think that they would be closer because of the pandemic, but it can make you closer or it can draw you away because you're not able to connect as much. Right. So how do y'all process that?
We started this, our foundation started with my mom and my dad, and my dad took us everywhere he went. All of us went together. There was nobody staying at home. There was nobody saying, oh, I don't want to go. If we went to the park, everybody went to the park. If we went to go visit our relatives, everybody visit the relative. So we have always had a close bond. Our foundation, my father set that in place long time ago. And so we're inseparable. I'm telling you, we will celebrate anything. We'll celebrate pancakes.
National Pancake Day. Come on.
We celebrate everybody's birthday and we do it all together. And believe it or not, we have always had people ask us, how do y'all do this? How did this happen? Well, how are y'all close? Y'all are such examples. But my mom on her deathbed asked God one favor. And she said, if you just keep my kids, my children together, I'm ready to go home. And he granted that. He granted that promise, and we are each other's best friends. We got this little circle. We don't let you in. I mean, we let you around the perimeter, but for the most part, we are a very close knit family. We fight. We fight.
Right.
We get on each other's nerves. We don't talk for a couple weeks, and then we come back together like it never happened. So we do a duo video. I don't know if you heard of duo. We get on duo video at least 2 to 3 times a week, and just cut up, and just be simple, and just be us. So that's who we are.
How did music come into the family? Where did y'all know the Lakins can sing?
Wow, at an early age. I knew I could sing when I was about at least 5 years old. 5 years old, and it just came natural. We had the musicians. My father put us together. We had to sing. If we couldn't sing, we had to sing. And he started a little group, and we sang our first song, All My Help Comes From the Lord. It was all dead and dry. You know, we were dragging, but my father was an evangelist, and he traveled. So we all went with him. And just before he would preach, we would get up and we would sing. And so that's how we know that we had some voices and we can do something. So, and it's been going on ever since.
Wow.
Did you sing at like any talent shows or anything while you were in school or anything?
Oh, definitely. I was in choir for 4 years. Just like Derek, I went to School of the Arts. I, study ensemble. I study theory. I didn't follow through with everything because, I was a little fast girl. I was fast. I wanted to see the boys, I wasn't as focused as I should have been. But for the most part, I was in choir for 4 years in high school. We traveled New York, Canada. We won all type of competitions, and we traveled everywhere, and I loved it. My choir teacher will always, when I came in on Monday, she was like, Karen, you've been singing that hard gospel again, because I can hear you. You're hoarse. It's in your voice. Believe it or not, I always wanted to do opera, but because my dad was a pastor and he pushed us to sing, and I didn't know properly how to use my voice and breathing, I kind of messed that up because I was a first soprano, and I always wanted to sing opera.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I said I give you the little bit,
Okay. Being bringing the praise and worship leader at Higher Dimensions Christian Center Sounds of Worship, what challenges, or when you were first asked to take on that responsibility, did you know that this was of God asking you to do this, or did you have to sit back and think, is this what, where I want to be, what I want to do?
I'm glad you asked. I did question myself. I was just like, come on, I'm a soloist. I just sing, But my sister Donna always pushes me and said, you are a great praise and worship leader. I'm just like, nah, that's for those other people around the city or whatever. She said, no, you are a great praise and worship leader. I have seen you do it. You need to, go right into your gift and just do it. And I was just like, wow. So it was a challenge for me from going from doing more soloing than doing praise and worship. And then you notice I don't do a lot of leading.
Right.
I'm just like, I push everybody else to lead because this is a partnership. It's not all about me. It's not all about me being out front, because you have a lot of praise and worship leaders. They come out front and they don't allow nobody else to do anything else. That's it. Now, to each their own. That's on them. But I like to get everyone involved, and I'm glad for the place where I am at, that the people that I'm around, there's no drama, there's nothing but love. And we just go forth every Sunday, not knowing who's getting ready to ad-lib that song, because you better be ready, because I'm going to you. Because when my voice starts giving out, I'm just like, hello, somebody else, it's your time to lead. And I just love sharing like that. So,
Right. How did you get involved with the different projects, working with Lionel Richie, working with Dionne Warwick? How did that come to place, and for you to travel to do that?
Okay, I was invited by Jonathan Nelson to go overseas. I was already singing on Jonathan Nelson in Purpose, and he was just like, Karen, can you take off about a month and go to Italy with us? I was just like, sure. I was just like, Italy? Oh my goodness, I know not the country. So I had the opportunity. It happened. We was at the Vatican, and the Pope was there. Dionne Warwick was there. Lionel Richie was there.
Did he bless you and throw some?
Well, he was hiding. He was
okay.
Long distance.
They said he was up there. He was in a little window looking down.
Right. You didn't say, yo.
Come on down. No.
Yeah, a little bit right here. A little bit right here.
Exactly. He was up there, but Lionel Richie was. We had the opportunity to back him up that night that we were at the Vatican. We had an opportunity to take pictures with Dionne Warwick and back her up. And after that, we did 2 shows for 30 days. Every day we did 2 shows, and we traveled through 19 different cities, and it was the best tour ever.
Wow.
Best tour ever. Yeah.
Now, while on tour, were there moments did that help create your style of writing? Like you write songs and then 30 minutes later, like you have to learn the song. Was that something that you were challenged with while being on the road and saying, hey, look, we got this new song, we want to release it. I need y'all to learn it.
No, I haven't. My writing abilities just started. I have written songs for a couple plays that I was a part of when I was at a church. I know I'm going to just wait for that invitation for the play that Derek's going to do. I'm just waiting for that invitation.
Right.
I'm
Bring it on in there.
Trying to get in all
I'm
going to get it in there somewhere.
That's how you do it.
I wrote some songs in, but everything just started coming alive within the last 3-4 months when it comes to the writing abilities, because when God brings everything together, everything else flourishes and everything else blooms. And so Jonathan Nelson, he was doing all the writing, he was introducing all the songs and all that. I was just a background singer. Oh, happy day. Derek, I got you.
Come on now.
I just did what was told. Now I'm in a position now that I'm telling what needs to be done, or I'm suggesting what needs to be done. So this has really just turned around for me. So I was just background. That's it. Yep.
Now I'm definitely curious to know, because one of my all-time favorite movies is The 5 Heartbeats.
Wow.
And one of my favorite scenes when he was like, well, if I don't write these songs in a couple of days, then that's gonna be, well, I need to get this room clean. Has it ever been a moment where you and your siblings have been clean, y'all just singing and cleaning and singing and cleaning and just
listen, Donna's watching. Donna never stopped singing. When I tell you she never stopped singing, I'm the one, I'm just like, okay, I got this song together or whatever. Well, I'm going to introduce and I'm going to be whatever. But she sings all the time. But we did have an ensemble when we were younger. My oldest brother is named Buddy, and it was the Buddy Lakins Ensemble. And we sang all over Pittsburgh, everywhere.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
I had a couple leads, you know. And, you know, he wrote a couple songs for me, you know, all that stuff. But every one of my sisters, they sing. Well, let me see here. Diane doesn't sing, but she knows. She has an ear. She has an ear for that music. But everybody sings music, play drums, keyboards, all that great stuff. So my mother was a singer. That's where it all comes from. My mom was a singer. So
were y'all all self-taught? As far as picking up music and all of it, was that all self-taught? Did y'all just sit down one day and say, hey, you can play the piano, you can play the drums?
My father took the first four siblings to piano lesson, music class. Brenda plays the organ. My brother Buddy went to 3 music class, and then he stopped because everything else was by ear.
By ear,
so
wow.
He had perfect pitch. Diane and Donna went to class. I don't know what happened. I think they quit the first day because they can't hit a tune, on the keys. So, But he did take them. But everything else, you know what? When you are raised in church from a little child, everything just come natural. You just start doing it. You just start dancing. You just start preaching. You just start singing. Everything comes natural because you are raised in it. You watch the other people in church and you mimic what they do, and before you know it, I'm saved. Yeah.
Right.
You got saved every Sunday though. You know, it just
right.
You know.
Well, listen, if y'all just tune in and you are watching Helping Brothers Out on Be Inspired Global, go to Helping Brothers Out, go to Be Inspired Global, click it, like it, love it, share it. Make sure that everybody is enjoying this right now, because we got Karen Lakins in the house with as our guest today, as a special guest. We got Mary Jane Edmonds Henderson. She's watching. She said, and they were a beast also. So we are just excited. Thank you guys for supporting Helping Brothers Out. Thank you for checking out Miss Karen Lakins. We are here talking just about women in ministry, but we're just really just chatting it up with Karen, because Karen, she is not only just a singer, a songwriter, because now I'm putting on her resume as a songwriter, because she is a songwriter, but Karen is a comedian as well. Karen is a comedian because she put in there that she likes to act as well. So she is an actress. She does it all. She is what they call it, the triple threat. That's her right there.
Triple threat, yeah. Triple threat.
That's Karen. That is Karen. And let me tell you something, Karen, because you just said something, you waiting to get in a play. But you know, as soon as you said that, because I'm writing my new play called Breathe the Air of a Black Man. And as soon as you said that,
I gotta go.
Okay.
All right.
All right, class.
As soon as you said that, I heard.
Keep liking, keep sharing it, Karen. I will definitely be in touch. I gotta go. Love y'all.
All right, you gotta go back on set. So, but as soon as you said that, I was like going, you know what? When I go back home to write, I always hear people's voices when I'm writing. So you just better be ready. That's all I'm telling you.
And I'm the same way, because when I was writing the song the other week, and I kept hearing your voice, I was just like, Derek gonna kill me. I hope he's ready for this. And I kept hearing your voice because I needed that light, soft voice, and then to project. And when God allowed me to write that and introduce it to you, and when I heard you singing, I was just like, yes, it's a wonderful thing, because you follow your lead, you follow the spirit, and it's just like everything just gels and come together. And you did a wonderful job with it. Wonderful.
Thank you. Well, we have Wanda Lakins Brown. She said that you are the greatest friend that they could ask for.
My best friend, BFF.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my best friend. All my sisters and brothers are my best friends. She just I can tell everything.
You guys are so tight. You guys are what they call the Waltons of 2020. That's you.
Now see, and she was the one that we were at my aunt's house when we were about 6 or 5 years old. She's 5, 6 years old. She's the one that spit off the balcony at some lady that was way down. I just like, yeah, I know she's my ace. No. This is my ace tune, boo.
Hey, I know that's right.
Yeah, she gonna get me. But it was so long ago. We don't do that anymore.
Hey. Yeah. Y'all just tuning in, want to know what happened to Mr. Class. He is filming. He is on set and everything. So he'll be back next week. Next week we have our Hot Topics show next week, so you'll have to tune in for that. But Karen, let's talk a little bit about women in ministry.
Okay.
Because it was, to me, I think women are the forefront of the church.
Yes.
Women's presence is strong in the church, and you are always going to find women that are willing and able to run things. But you do find it different when it comes to the pulpit.
Yeah.
So I want to expand on that and get your input on it. Now, we're not saying, and this is just us having conversation, so please do not take offense and say that women are able to be in the pulpit. That's not what we're saying. What we are talking about is the fact that we need to see not women just sitting in the pews, because the women, you're going to be there in the service and you're going to support and do all that, but should be more so present in the pulpit.
Yes. You know, I was just talking to my sister earlier today, and I knew a preacher, a pastor, that said he had a list of 35 reasons or more why a woman should not be preaching and ever be in the pulpit.
Wow.
And I remember becoming a part of his ministerial class, and there was 80% women in his class. So he made some changes because he had over 35 reasons why women should not be in the pulpit. And I was so amazed. I was just like, wow. Of course, he didn't name them, but evidently he had a change of heart, because the majority of the women that were in the class were preachers. Now you have the scripture, Timothy 2:12, where a woman should be silent and have no authority.
Right.
You go by that? Well, that was the writer. That's what the writer thought. That wasn't Jesus. That wasn't God. That wasn't written by Christ. So it's just like they felt like that we should not be up front. But again, that's the writer. That's the context of that scripture, of the writer, of how he felt. But we all are a mouthpiece for God. And we got to bring the good news, the gospel, any way we can. Why would God allow all these women to be on earth? And he's trying to get the good news, the gospel, to everybody. And he said, but the women can't preach it.
The women can't preach it. Right.
That doesn't make sense.
Right.
It really doesn't. And so we women, we take charge. So if we're going to talk about the good news, we're not going to procrastinate. We're not going to procrastinate putting a sermon together. We're going to do it. We're going to come out. And I believe that the preachers, the pastors, the bishops, they start seeing that. Like, okay, they're not procrastinators. They take charge. They do what they need to do. And the good news needs to get out there. So again, we are the mouthpiece of God, and he's going to put it in who he needs to put it in. And we're going to give it out to the people that they can say, others can say, what must I do to be saved? And that's where we're at with that. Yep.
Do you think at times also that people feel women in the pulpit are more emotional than, say, a man in the pulpit? And I'm going to ask you something else too, and we can kind of talk about that, because a lot of times you see a lot of more, and let's put this lightly, a lot of more, you can get more scandal, say, if a man was in the pulpit than a woman in the pulpit. So how do you think that weighs out? You know, and again, we're not trying to separate men from women in the pulpit. We're just talking about clarity of why we see that a lot.
Right. I actually feel that women, over the years, the women that I have seen have been pretty aggressive in the pulpit.
Okay. Now let me. Okay. Now that's another good thing, because that's another issue, I should say, because then a lot of times they say, "Oh, she's too aggressive."
Right.
She's too aggressive to be in the pulpit.
Exactly.
And then once the aggression is taken out of it, then she's too passive.
Exactly.
So where do you find that happy medium?
But you do have to find your happy medium, you know, because I don't want to be real aggressive and God, you know, there's no need for all that. But then I heard Bishop Wortham say lately, you got to capture your audience.
That's right.
And you can't capture your audience being timid. But then you can lose your audience being over aggressive. So you can find that medium place. You got Bishop says, preach in the mirror. Preach in the mirror until you get it. Preach that message 10 times, 20 times until you get it. Record yourself. See what you sound like. See which way that you're coming across, that you don't offend and you don't lose your audience, but you keep your audience by just being in the middle and delivering that word calmly. Yep.
Right. Wow. So I have another question here for you. So when you see that, do you feel like when women get into the pulpit, because this is the message a lot of times I cannot, and this is just me, it bothers me a lot when I see people or when women get in there and the message is finding a man, finding a man, finding a man. It's not always about finding a man. Because if you don't have your life right in the first place,
right,
let's get your life right first.
Right.
Let's get that together first before we keep preaching about the man doing it, and the man doing it, and the man no good. And those messages, they to me getting old. You know, when are we going to preach prosperity? When are we going to preach love? When are we going to preach forgiveness? When are we going to preach that?
Because we can put that on the back burner, because the scripture said, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. So I'll take my mind off the fact finding a man, and the man should take his mind off the fact finding a woman, because God is going to bring it together. He's going to put it right in. There's going to be somebody he's going to allow you to date and marry that you have seen for years, and you probably say, oh no, he's too short, I would never marry him.
Right.
Never marry him. But before you know is that the Holy Spirit gels, does what it needs to do and bring us together. So I think we need to stop worrying about the Boaz, and we need to stop worrying about, oh, you know, my man, I'm waiting for him, and I'm getting this ready for him, I'm getting that ready for him. I think we need to become good stewards over everything. Everything that God has caused us to manage here on earth. I think when we get those things in good faith, everything else will fall into place. Everything else. God said he's an order of them that diligently seek him. So I'm going to seek him. I'm going to put all that other material stuff behind. He knows the desires of my heart. So I don't have to worry about the Boaz. I don't have to worry about this person. I mean, I've been married a couple times. I ain't worried about nobody right now.
I know that's right.
But guess what? If it happens,
I always say, because people are like, Derek, you got 3 kids, you should get married. I said, and when she comes walking across that water, trust me, that's the one. Otherwise, leave me alone.
Exactly. I'm not in no hurry at all. I don't know if anyone that's interested in me. I'm not interested right now. But I'm just doing ministry. I'm doing ministry, and I'm glad about it. Whatever else God decides to do, I'm not going to fight it. I might fight it a little bit, but for the most part, I'm just doing ministry. And I think women just need to focus on being good stewards, being good, managing everything. Look, and I'm working on some things. I'm working on my credit, and I'm glad to say that I went up 27 points today.
Amen. See?
I'm so glad about that. So we got to there's some things we got to take care of before we even decide that we want to be connected with someone else. Because we got a lot of baggage. Men got a lot of baggage. Women got a lot of baggage. And we need to clean that up before we decide that we're going to come together, because your baggage and my baggage, that's
together. Right. That's a lot of stuff to carry.
That's a lot of baggage.
Too much stuff to carry. Y'all don't want to see my baggage. No. That's like going through security at the airport, and they say, open up your bag because something is in it. No, that's a lot of baggage. You don't want to go through that bag.
Exactly. So we think, when they say don't judge a book by its cover, but we think that, okay, that's the man, and God told me I'm gonna marry that man. No, you ate a little bit too much cabbage and fish, and you know your head is swimming, and you think that's what God said. But no, give it some time. Give it some time. I'm not in any.
You talk about doing ministry work. You do a lot of ministry work, even with social media. You have always seen you putting on inspirational quotes and scriptures and things to uplift people. And it's amazing because I go to your page just so you could see something to uplift you. And you can write something simple that just says, I believe God. Yes. And by putting that on there, it gives you that reminder of of, what life is really about.
Right.
And we are going through this pandemic right now.
Exactly.
I know your family personally has been affected by it.
Yes.
And, how do we continue to move on? And how do we continue to stay connected as a family and uplift each other? So with the pandemic, how do you stay encouraged and choose to encourage others?
Right. It's a faith walk. And I always treat people like I want to be treated. I'm just like that all the time. When you said last night, I was supportive of the virtual video, I support people how I want to be supported. Do I get support back? Half the time, no. But it does my heart good knowing that I have given that love and I have been kind, because it comes from my heart. It's who I am. It's not a put on. I'm not going to announce to anybody, oh, I sent so-and-so a Cash App blessing, and I sent this, and I did this, and I did that. I do thousands of things for people. To God be the glory, but I never announce it. Right. But that's how I keep going. That's how I get my strength when I bless others, when I love others. Bishop Wortham keeps talking about that love. And if the love ain't at the forefront, you're not going to be able to have a good relationship. You're not going to be able to have a good relationship with your siblings, on the job, other family members, with your child that's 27 years old that works your nerves. You will not be able to be successful unless love is at the forefront. So that's what keeps me going, is the love of God. And it shines through me, and he allows me to give it out through others, to others through me. Yep.
Wow, yes. And let's talk about that, because, I think that I'm a very giving person, and that I choose to treat, and just like you said, treat people the way that I want to be treated.
Yes.
And I posted something the other day, because it is so hard for me to deal with people that complain, that whine, and always have excuses.
Yeah.
And I try to deal with things in love, with love, and try to encourage people to see the love in themselves. When you deal with people that can't see that in themselves, what is the way to encourage them as a ministry standpoint?
And I'm glad that you said that, Derek. It's hard when people don't. Okay, for example, and you were a part of it yesterday. I put on my page yesterday, compliment yourself and say something good about yourself today. Prime example, there's a couple people say, I'm blessed, I'm highly favored. No. That's not what I asked for. I said, compliment yourself. I was doing my makeup and my face in the mirror that day. I said, oh, Karen, you look good, girl. You pretty. Right. And I said, oh, you just gave, and I felt good when I gave myself that compliment. And that's what I want each of us to do. Find something. Find something every day to compliment yourself, to you complimenting yourself and encouraging yourself. You have to dig that out of there, because if you don't dig that out of there, you're not going to be good for anybody else.
That's right.
And you got to love yourself first. And I think you said, I love me. I believe you said, I love me, or something like that. And that's what I was looking for. I was looking for people to find something about themselves that they like and not just like, but they love. And if you don't get in that, you're not going to be able to come out of that bitterness and come out of that space. You're just going to be stuck. You got to compliment yourself.
You have to. And when I said I love me, because I learned that regardless of if I have a wart on my finger, that is a flaw about me. That is something that I can't change. It's a part of me. Why would I hate something about myself? And it used to be so funny when I would hear people, oh, I don't like my hands, I don't like my feet, I don't like my legs. And I'm like, but it's you, it's a part of you. And that's what said, I love me, because I love every bit about me. My flaws, my voice, I'm bald on the top. I got, I love everything about me because that is how God made me. Right. So why would I sit there something that my talent, all that stuff, and say, oh, I don't like this about me?
Exactly.
I don't get that. So it's, I try to encourage people. It's draining. Let me tell you, it's draining when you try to encourage people.
Oh, it's a lot. You think? Oh my God. No, I don't think so. I was speaking with a young lady on the job today. I said, you look so beautiful. I said, I love your whole ensemble and where you just, no. Listen, if you don't like it, you're just gonna tear yourself down, and then every day it's gonna be like, I look a mess. I look a mess. I look a mess.
Yes. Right.
I'm fat, but I'm fat and pretty.
Oh.
I don't care what y'all say. I ain't always fat, but I'm fat now. I'm working on it, but I'm fat and pretty.
That's right. See, but the thing is that again, we know who we are,
yes.
And that's what people need to know. Find out who you are, and whatever you want to change or anything. Because trust me, I want to, I done gained a couple pounds. I need to get back down to my size 34. I had to put on the size 36. I said, Lord, I'm putting these right back because I'm going home to get back in them 34s.
That's right.
So, I got to put down them Twinkies and do all that kind of stuff because we want to blame the quarantine. Quarantine ain't got nothing to do with it. You put that stuff in your mouth because you want it to. Stop blaming folks.
But I encourage people, Derek, to make a list. And make a list of the things you like about yourself, and make a list of the things that you really don't care about yourself. And better the things that you like, and work on the things that you dislike, and make those changes so that dislike can go over to the light, and the light can go to the love. Okay, because everybody that likes some things don't particularly love them, but I like them, whatever. But turn your dislikes into the lights, and turn your likes into loving yourself, loving everything about yourself. Yep.
Wow. Yes, I believe that. I believe that, and I like that. Make a list. Make a list of, and it's like to me making a what they call that, a vision board.
Yes. Yes.
So it's like making a vision board. See the things in yourself, because a lot of times you can't even make a vision board if you can't even see the vision for yourself first.
Exactly.
So let's see the things about yourself. What's stopping you from seeing the vision that you want to do, and the businesses that you want to open, and the projects that you want to start? Yes. Your talents. And I always tell people, stop looking at talent, meaning singing, meaning acting. That's, if you go out and you own a lawn business and you put them lines in that grass every time you cut it, because I can't do that. I know how to cut the grass, but I don't know how to edge. That's a talent. You better start that business. See the talent in yourself. Write it out. Write the vision out. Believe in yourself.
I have a sister, my sister Diane. She don't sing per se. She'll do some teaching, but she is one of the best administrators that I have ever seen in my life. And she will handle your money down to the penny. Oh, she don't even play. She's a spreadsheet queen. And she puts everything on that spreadsheet, and you can best believe when she finished, everything is intact. That's a talent. Spreadsheet get on my nerves. That is not my thing. But talent is just not singing and preaching and playing an instrument. My sister Wanda, she does billing and claims and all that. I taught her a little bit. She's not going to tell you. But she's the best at that. She's so good that she was able to start working at home. She don't go into the office. Her office is at home. But she earned that. She earned that. My sister Donna, she's a singer, she's a prayer, and it goes on and on. Everybody,
and she does the crocheting.
Well, I taught her that too, but I'm just saying.
So let me tell y'all something. Y'all sisters that are listening in right now, y'all didn't know nothing. Karen has to teach y'all all now. Y'all better thank her right now.
They have made me. They call me the Grand Poopah, and I've always been in charge. They have. I get the birthdays together. I do it all, and they don't do anything without me. If Karen ain't on here, we'll talk later because Karen ain't on here. So I thank God for that gift of leadership, that I can gather people together. That's a gift all by itself. Gathering people, like Derek, you're a game changer. I consider myself as a game changer. You can come in the room and change everything. You can see everybody around you. Oh, they doing this, they doing that. You can touch one thing and bring it together, and bam, there it is. This is what we've been waiting for. And people need to realize that being a game changer is a gift, because you can bring everybody together. You have that leadership ability to make it happen. I'm a game changer.
Yeah.
I'm a game changer. Yep.
You're right. Listen, we got about 7 minutes left. I want to know that the young people now, we have to encourage them. They are doing protesting. I truly believe that George Floyd, the incident with George Floyd, we're going to say not the incident, the murder of George Floyd, has changed the world. And I'm not saying it changed just the USA, the United States, anything like that. This has changed the world, because the world has been protesting what has happened to George Floyd, the murder of George Floyd, and we want to call it what it is, because he was murdered. But the younger generation, which is again game changers. They are changing law of how we do things.
Exactly.
How do we encourage them to stay on the path of doing it in an orderly and fashioned way? Now I see a lot of the protesting, they say peaceful protesting. Before, there was a lot of rioting and things like that. And that's because of the feelings that were brought up in them. I get it. I understand it. We now need to go through a healing process, because we're still not healed. The healing process I don't know if it's begun, but I think it's time to begin.
Right.
So how do we encourage the young people now to stay the course, to be the game changers?
They were angry, and they're still angry. And the Bible said there's a time and place for everything. You can be angry. Don't let it last too long. So now they need to get past the anger. Now you need to stop tearing up your community, because the target that was in your community, you can't go there anymore and get the things that you need to get, because you have tore it up. So turn that energy into something else. Turn it and stop. Get past the anger. There's levels. You're angry. Yeah. You were angry. Now get through the anger. Communicate. Talk about it. And calm manners. Don't let that anger overtake you, where it just overtakes your whole mental status and you're just out of order. Now we hear you. You got their attention. We hear you. Now that they hear you, now you have to keep going in a positive way and keep hitting those situations. Don't come up off of it. But the young folk are doing a wonderful job. I have seen protests everywhere. Even there were several in Baltimore. And I got to tell you, I was a little shocked that it was tough, but it was. Yeah. So you have to use those examples of those protests, and those young people have to look at those and say, how can we get to that point? But they have to just stay encouraged. Don't stay in the bitterness. Don't stay angry, but use your sources, use your resources, Look to the hills, which cometh from help. Your help is from God who has made heaven and earth. And I encourage them to keep their eye on God. Yes.
And I think as their mentors, we have to be open to mentor.
Yeah.
We have to be open to answer questions.
Yeah.
We have to be open to sit down and have open dialogue. We, as the mentors, have to be open to do those things in order to put them on that path.
And not judge them, Derek.
Yes.
Let them talk. Let them be free. Let them be open. You might not agree with any of it, but they need to vent. They need to get it out. They need to get it out.
They got it. They have to get it out.
We have to listen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you have, we only got a couple minutes left. I am just so excited that Karen Lakins is finally on Helping Brothers Out.
I'm excited.
Right. You guys will have to tune in to Higher Dimensions Christian Center on Sundays, 11:30. We are live streaming. You can go to Bishop E. McDonald Worthing's page and watch us live streaming, or go to Higher Dimensions Christian Center on YouTube and also watch us live streaming on Sunday. The Sounds of Worship, opening up the service, led by Miss Karen Lakins. And I'm telling you,
SOW.
They tell us, listen, they always say, y'all have a service up in there, then afterwards y'all put on a concert.
Right.
We be singing, I'm telling you.
Exactly. We give God our best. We give God what he has given us, and we give it back to the people of God.
We give it back. Yes. But we are so honored to have you. It is so refreshing, and it's not taken away from anyone, but when, God puts things in place when he knows you need it in place.
Yes.
So we knew the pandemic was coming up and all that kind of stuff. So things had to be put in order. I always say the devil thought he was going to bring this pandemic on to stop us.
Right.
And I'm not just saying to stop everybody in the world, but no one has stopped. We found different ways to communicate and to do things and to keep pushing forward. And that's what my encouragement to people is. They always say, I'm counting out 2020. You better not count out 2020. 2020 was the time for you to open your eyes and really see the vision, see who you are, be able to, like you say, change the credit score, find your business, do all of that. Stop blaming 2020, saying that this was your worst year. This should have been your best year.
That's reset.
It should have been your best year. Yes.
Reset. Yes. Yes.
So, Miss Karen, we are out of time. I'm so excited. Do me a favor real quick. What does SO spell?
SO?
Yes.
So?
Just SO. So. What does UP spell?
Up.
Okay, so SO spells what?
So.
And UP spells what?
Up.
Now, what does both of them spell together?
So up.
No, it doesn't. It spells soup, silly. I told you I was going to get you.
You got me. You got me. I have love for you. Again, you got me again. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to Helping Brothers Out with my special guest, Karen Lakins. I am Derek Darrell Dixon, and doing it in the 3D way. We're talking always equals healing, because we are helping brothers out. And tonight we helped out our sister. Yeah. So thank you very much. See you guys next Thursday, 6:30, right here on Be Inspired Global. Have a good night. You want